you want to be a winner, not only have to understand how to win, but to understand how to consistently win.
We're the freaking New York Jets, and we're built for this shit.
That's our brand of football. If you want to be a winner, not only have to understand how to win, but to understand how to consistently win.
We're the freaking New York Jets, and we're built for this shit.
That's our brand of football.
The New York Jets, Darren Muji, Aaron Glenn, making moves. Yes, it happened yesterday. Yes, I work an awful shift at work. Yes, we're going to address it this morning. Are there more moves to come? What did the Jets do to make their team better? We're going to cover all of that, all of your questions, much more. Good morning. It's the Nick Shine Show. Turn up your car speakers.
It's got me.
Gentry covered in football.
Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show. Dim the lights, but it's still bright as Nick time. Day or night, this is his promise, Nick Shine. Proud fan, well defined, so get in line. Toe to toe with any show, he only got 9. The best show on YouTube, bro, is easy. We talk Jets all day, please believe me. Subscribe, you just gotta click a family. We not a click in 3D. You can see a beautiful DP. We see through the fake teams and the tea leaves. So we pray for a coach and a QB and hope that we close to the top in the new league. A toast to the host with the most, Nicky.
Who, me?
Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show.
Fantastic.
Good morning, Jets fans. Welcome. Thank you for being here. First things first, hit the like button. If you're watching and you have not subscribed yet, please do so. I appreciate it. We're trying to get to 1,700 before the start of the season. We're at 1,651 right now. So 17 days left. Let's do it. Hopefully we can get there. I appreciate all of you for your support. We do have raffles going on here. We have a weekly raffle jersey giveaway. And breaking news, I did get my vacation request approved. I am off tomorrow night. We will be doing the game stream here. I might be solo. Dylan can't make it, but I will be here for the game. No starters playing, so maybe it might be more of a hangout, but we will have coverage of the game tomorrow night on this channel. So if you're free, pop in. It'd be great to have you. We will be doing a jersey giveaway during the game stream. All game stream raffle entries are doubled, and it carries over, and you're eligible for Sunday night's jersey giveaway as well. So 2 more jerseys to give away this week. And, of course, all raffle entries go towards the Darrelle Revis full-size authentic helmet with the Revis Island inscription. We'll be giving that away Sunday night, August 31st, when I'll be joined by Dylan Terraman, and we will do our training camp preseason recap show. For those of you that were watching, before the training camp started, Dylan came on, and we gave some things to keep an eye out for. We're going to revisit those and then take a look at training camp as a whole. So, and then that'll get us ready for the season. So, looking forward to that show. And I'm looking forward to the season. The New York Jets. Well, Aaron Glenn, timeout on the field. Eli Betts starting us off early. We finally have some depth at D-line. I can sleep well at night now. Yes. Well, thank you, Eli. I'm going to call you Jason Kidd, and I'm Kenyon Martin, and you're throwing me the alley-oop, and I'm going to finish that with some power right now. But thank you, Eli, for the super chat. Appreciate you, man. Aaron Muji. Who cares? They're a celebrity couple. It's Aaron Muji for now on. Darren Glenn, Who cares? As long as they're getting it right. The sign of a good general manager: assess your team, identify the weakness, address the weakness. Do it while not giving away major assets. And I think Muji and Glenn did that yesterday. You're bringing in Harrison Phillips, a guy who started 62 games in the NFL, a guy that we've had trouble blocking. I remember him wrecking some plays against the Jets when he was with the Bills. Now, he had a very good year in 21 and 23 against the run. Fell off a little bit last year with his win rate. Dropped from 49 down to 32%. But he brings something to this team along with Biggs. We'll get into him in a minute. No, Johnny. But Phillips brings something to this team that we don't have. Gone are the days now of the Robert Saleh, small, lean, pass-rushing defensive tackle. We're finally getting some stout guys who can defend the run. Phillips is more of a history playing nose tackle, but he does have some experience playing a 3 technique. You're going to throw him over there, and you're going to let him be a bull in a china shop. That's his job. If you're Quincy Williams, if you're Julian Sherwood, you should be ecstatic with the moves the New York Jets made yesterday, because now you have 2 big run-stuffing bodies in front of you, allowing you to run free. If you're Steve Wilks, you are ecstatic because now these guys can absorb multiple blockers, allowing you to flow free to the ball. You can get more creative with your run blitzes. You can put both of those guys in. You can do different fronts. You could put Phillips in his nose tackle with Biggs on one side, Quinnen on the other. You can go Jermaine and maybe Clemens and do a big 5-man front on rundowns. We can bring different types of pressure. Yes, you can still apply pressure in the run game. It's not just pass rushing that applies pressure. The ability that Wilks is going to have now to design run-stuffing plays is fun, in my opinion. I've been a defensive coordinator. I love drawing up things that based on our talent. Now that you have the talent, you can have more fun with this. Quinnen Williams, big relief. Big relief for Quinnen, because now we can keep Quinnen fresh for pass rushing downs too. I don't expect to see a less than 67, 68% of the snaps for Quinnen, but I want Quinnen out there on pass rushing downs. If it's a first down, I bring these guys in. You have the ability to keep Quinnen fresh for that third down, for second and long. That's when you want Quinnen. They're not defensive tackles who are run stuffers are not drafted highly. We live in a day and age where pass rushing defensive tackles get all the glory. Mason Graham, drafted top 5. These guys change the game. But there's still a role in the NFL for a big fatty who can stuff the run. Darren Muji saw that. Aaron Glenn saw that. Tufele, you're nice. Coward might start the year on the pup. Should open up a roster spot for Leonard Taylor III. Leonard Taylor III is not a guy that I want to lose. That's a guy I think you should keep in the pipeline. That's a guy that you don't want to see go to another team and go on to have a successful career. Another good part of the Phillips trade is that Minnesota, who's $66 million over the cap for 2026, decided to eat half of the salary. And the good part, the Jets could still have Phillips in 2026. So he's still only 29 years old. Those big defensive tackles, they can last a while. So it's not like he's going to be over the hill at 30 years old. So I think the Jets may have gotten a steal here. I think they may have gotten something that they need, obviously. But the first trade they made yesterday, Ja'Whaun Biggs, very small sample size last year. He only played 59 snaps, but he had a 53% win rate against the run. Very strong, You guys saw the video yesterday, him bench pressing 180-pound dumbbells like they were nothing. That's another big, strong body we can put in the middle of this defense. How many times have we seen a team line up on 3rd and 2, just run the ball straight ahead? Our defensive tackles, Solomon Thomas shoots a gap, guesses wrong, they run inside. You're not going to have that anymore. You're going to have guys who are big bodies at the point of attack who aren't going to get pushed around, who are going to bring a much-needed presence to this team. So shout out to Darren Muji. Shout out to Aaron Glenn. This is the right thing to do. You know, we've spoken about this on this show and many others. Defensive tackle depth is a concern. Wide receiver depth is a concern. DN3 is a concern. Dylan Terman was asking the other night, there's 50 or 51 guys on this roster. How many do you think we're going to add that aren't here? Well, we've already added 2. So I thought the number would be 2, and we may not be done with 17 days left. There might be some more additions. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching the Nick Shine Show. Hit the like button, please. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. We're trying to grow. We're trying to hit 1,700 before the start of the season. We wanted to hit 1,600, and we shot past that very quickly. So thank you, everyone. Shout out to the person who just subscribed. I appreciate you. I don't know who it is, but welcome. Nice to have you here. When you look at the defensive tackles, Zach Rosenblatt tweeted this, should be safe. Quinnen Williams is definitive. Harrison Phillips, Jawan Briggs, forgive me. Those are the 3 guys that are definite, in my opinion. Brian Cowart is probably going to start the season on the pup. Now, that's where things get interesting. Jay Tufele, and I think Nadi's gone. I'm a big believer in LT3. I really, truly am. I said it earlier. I hate to see Leonard Taylor go somewhere and become something really good. He does remind me of Quinnen. He's got a very quick step. He's not as good in the run. But when he's given opportunities, he makes plays. You don't give guys like that away. Not that I want to see Coward injured, but if you pup him and then you keep Leonard Taylor, I'd be much more happy. I can't give him away. I can't give away a young, promising defensive tackle. Not for Coward. Not even for Tufele. I would rather LT3 make it than anyone else. But, again, weaknesses getting addressed. It's the sign of a very good general manager. You're swapping. You had 4 6-round picks. You gave away 2 for Phillips, got a 7th in return. You gave away 1 for Briggs, got a 7th in return. Listen, a 6-round pick might not help your team, right? Not every 6-round pick is a Tom Brady. If you fit a need immediately, it's worth it. And it's definitely worth it. The New York Jets did great things yesterday. Now, Jersey Jet, the question, do you think Phillips is equal to? He's different than JFM. JFM is like this guy is just a run stuffer. He's not going to give you pass. You're not even going to want him down there on passing downs. Now, JFM could get to the quarterback. He had a very good win rate in his pass rushing sets. So it's not even close to being the same player. This is a smaller version of like a Sione Puha or a Chris Jenkins that we haven't had in 15 years. This is a big body, a Snacks Harrison. This is a big body that you just throw in the middle and let him be a wrecking ball in the run game. If he could get to the level of Snacks Harrison, that would be great. And don't forget, when you're blitzing linebackers and you're doing and creating pressure in run sets, it opens guys up sometimes. So it would be nice to have him out there, fill a hole, consume 2 blockers, and let other guys open up to make the play. But if he's making plays himself, that's also good. The main thing is just don't get pushed back downfield and don't guess plays and try to shoot a gap like pass rushing defensive tackles do. So very different player, nowhere near the same. He came in like a wrecking ball. Shout out to Addison. West Coast Avenger up early. Yeah, John. Phillips and Briggs may rotate, but you also may see them out there simultaneously, right? I would love to see a set with Phillips as nose tackle, Briggs, Quinn, short downs, tush push, 4th and 1, 3rd and 1, Josh Allen lines up. You're going to see Phillips, Briggs, and Quinnen all in there tight together. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll take questions shortly. I thank you guys for being here. If you have any questions, drop them. Super chats, any super chat $5 and up gets you into 2 raffles. We have the Darrelle Revis full-size authentic helmet with the Revis Island inscription going off the 31st. Excuse me. Mine just went totally blank. I didn't even drink 1 cup of coffee yet. I'm just that fired up about the Jets making these moves. Excuse me. So any questions, super chat's great way to get your comment on air. You guys know that. Gifted memberships. We are at an all-time high. We're trying to get to another level to add another emoji. I did put in a request yesterday for a new emoji with Darren Muji, with him cooking. Addison, I know you're here. If you get a moment today, maybe a Darren Muji cooking emoji would be fantastic after what he did yesterday. Indy Jets. Nick, your thoughts on AG's comments after practice? Don't take it personal. It's my job to coach the shit out of you. I love it. Don't take it personal. You're going to have to get critiqued. You're going to have criticism. You're going to have your flaws exposed. A good coach isn't worried about your feelings. He's worried about making you better. Find the flaw, fix the flaw, fuck feelings. There's no time for feelings in the NFL. You have a job to do. Aaron Glenn has a job to do. He will not put anyone's job over his. He will make it a priority to make each and every player better. No one is above coaching. Sauce Gardner, 2-time All-Pro. Sauce Gardner, highest paid cornerback in the NFL. We got things to work on. We got to make him better. That's what good coaches do. You never rest on your laurels, and Aaron Glenn will not do that. I love that our head coach is telling these guys, if you can't get coached up, maybe this ain't the place for you. John, I don't agree with this. We didn't have anyone from our starting D-line out there. I don't think this move has anything to do with the Giants game in particular, because you didn't have Quinnen, you didn't have Coward, you didn't have JJ, and you didn't have Will. You didn't have your starting defensive line. So I just think that when you look at the defensive line as a whole and you look at the roster that the previous regime built, they didn't have run stuffers. And I thought with the multiple late-round picks, this is a great opportunity for Muji and Glenn to address the position with low risk, high reward. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. What would be the most you trade for Alec Pierce, logically? I mean, I would do an incentive-based trade. Like maybe you give up a 6 for him now, and then based on playing time or a certain amount of catches, it can move up to another pick down the road. You know, that's a common trade. It's I think he's got 1 year left on his deal. So make it worth it. If he catches 50 balls, it moves up to a 4 next year or in 26, right? You start with a 6, moves up to a 4 if he catches 50 balls. If he catches 5 touchdowns, it moves up, right? You can incentivize the trade where the better he plays, the higher we pay. But I wouldn't go anything higher than a 4, even with a tremendous year. Mr. Castro's here, ladies and gentlemen, member of the channel for 6 months. How about Clowney? Everyone keeps kicking this name around, and I really think Clowney, at this point of his career, is looking for a winner to go to. I really do. He's sitting out right now. They're waiting for the right opportunity, maybe an injury, maybe a team to get exposed in week one. I like the player. I like what he would bring. We definitely need a defensive end, a third defensive end in this big rotation. But I don't know if they go for that. It kind of is against what they want to do. But I have no issue with they bring in Clowney. I just am skeptical that they would even do it. Yeah, ISU. That's true. This young generation thinks they can't be told what they're doing wrong. You know, that comment applies to all walks of life. Take constructive criticism and change. Don't take constructive criticism personally and become toxic. Yeah, it's 100% right. You know, when you're in a job with a boss, all of us are, right? Not many of us are our own boss. You know, you guys are my boss, as Knobcraft pointed out to me a couple weeks ago. I work for you guys. Excuse me. Throat tickle. For those of you who don't know, it went from like 95 degrees in New Jersey to like 50 something overnight last night. So a little different here today. You think Indy's getting a 3. Reminder that Randy Moss was traded for a 4. The Patriots gave the Raiders a 4 for Randy Moss. Let's see. How many likes are we at, folks? We're at 40. We got 58 watching. We get to 50 likes. We'll drop the call-in link. I'm looking for questions. I'm looking for questions in the chat. Good morning, Leanie. I see that you're here. Good morning, everyone. Thank you, guys. I know the morning show, a little different. You guys aren't used to seeing me in the AM. Kelly, member of the channel for 2 months. I'm pretty sure there's a lot more to life than being really, really ridiculously good looking, and I plan on finding out what that is. I can relate to this comment. I'm still searching for that answer, but if you find it out, let me know, please. Good luck to you. Also, the files are in the computer? Oh. I'm knocking things over. I got all excited there. Whenever you get a Zoolander reference. You know, Addison, this is true. I think a 4:50 in the morning at the airport. Yes, I do pick people up from the airport. Friends. Alan says, GMs hate admitting mistakes. Tyler Barron can't make this roster. Maybe you practice squad him, you develop him. No one picked a guy in the 5th or 6th round to come change the world. That's a developmental player. Either he has it or he doesn't. There's no issue with cutting a player. Not every player from your draft is going to make your team. You get these players in, you try to coach them up. If you think they're coachable, you keep them. If you think you can improve them, you keep them. If not, you cut ties. You don't get stubborn. Good general managers know when to get rid of a player. We can talk all the shit about Bill Belichick that we want, but he knew when to get rid of a player. He got rid of all pro players. He traded Richard Seymour in his prime. Turned that into multiple first-round draft picks, traded back a couple times, and snowballed that into a ridiculous haul over the course of several years. You got to know when to get rid of a player. You can't be stubborn. You can't do, oh, we'll make it work next year. You know, one more offseason. No. If it doesn't work, hit the bricks. I'm not judging Darren Muji on if Tyler Barron is good or not. DJ Dirty Cooch, show us that blue steel. There you go. I'm sure that will become a meme or something. Yeah, Alan makes a good point. Pierce wants to get paid. The reason I'm out on Terry McLaurin and don't even think Jets fans should discuss it, because you're not giving up a premium asset or assets to trade for a guy and give a second wide receiver a $30 million a year plus contract in a run-first offense. It doesn't make any sense. We're not the air raid Jets. I know Clancy was upset the other day that I was speaking in definitives, but I think the majority of you agree. We are picking a quarterback early in 2026, no matter what. If Fields is really good, maybe it's a 2 or 3 where we get a developmental guy. If not, it's a first. If it's real bad, we're trading up in the first. If it's horrific, we might not even have to trade up. Yes, no, we're friends. Yes, sir. Will says, I do want LT3 and Watts make strides on this defense. Yeah. I at defensive end, you got JJ, Will. It sounds like Clemens is going to make it. I don't know how this guy is still rostered on this team. It's the most disappointing thing to happen to the Jets since the Jets. John Bushnell banging the drum for a blocking tight end. Oh, well, that's another thing I wanted to get into. Thank you for reminding me. Beck is going to be a blocking tight end as well. We saw it in the Packers game. They lined him up as a tight end. They got him out for a downfield pass. He's going to fill that role as well. So he's going to be fullback 1, maybe tight end 2. And I'm okay with that. He's a good blocker. He's a fullback. He's not afraid of contact. He can catch. We saw a catch and run more than Tyler Conklin ever did. We saw a catch and run in a preseason game. So don't be surprised if Beck is lining up as fullback and tight end at times. The lovely Leanie, ladies and gentlemen, 13 months with a member of the channel. Thank you, Leanie. Thank you for your support. I appreciate you. We know not every player is a bullseye. In my opinion, you look more like an idiot holding on to a player that just doesn't have it. Go Jets. Yeah, she's right, ladies and gentlemen. Who am I to argue with Leanie? Some breaking news that indirectly affects the Jets. Bucs head coach Todd Bowles told reporters that left tackle Tristan Wirfs will start the season on the 53-man roster, forgive me. So I know Alan was all excited that we might miss him in week 3, but if you have him on the 53, only to be all right, hold on. Here's more from Schefter. But only to begin his ramp-up process for games, not to immediately play in them. Godwin still unlikely to play until October as he continues recovering from the fractured ankle last year in Week 7. He is expected to start practicing in Week 2, but the team thinks he is right where he should be at this point and is pleased. So, big possibility that we do see Tristan Wirfs. But, ladies and gentlemen, we are 5 likes away from sharing the call-in link. Hit the like button, please. Now, while we're waiting to hit that target, on Sunday this week, the New York Jets had a player-led practice. Justin Fields was calling the offense. Jamie Sherwood was calling the defense. Aaron Glenn was the only coach there. Now, I'm sure it was filmed, right? But what does this mean? What does this do? Like, first thing that pops into my head as a coach, I would always go to my players and say, what do you guys like to do here? You want feedback from the players. What are they comfortable with? What are they not comfortable with? When you're the quarterback and you get to call your own plays, maybe it's something Engstrand hasn't called yet on a 3rd and 6 for Fields. Fields is going to show you what he's comfortable with. Fields is going to call his own plays and tell you, all right, this is what I like here. This is what I think we can do. And the same with Sherwood. You want to see, where's your captain? And I assume Sherwood's going to be a captain. Most middle linebackers who got the green sticker on their helmet are going to be your captain, right? They're your voice on the defense. They're going to be your leader. What do they see? How would they attack it? What are they comfortable with the scheme? What are they not calling? Why are they not calling that? All of that will be discussed in the meeting room after the fact. So I think there's purpose to it, and it leads to better coaching. It leads to coaches self-assessing. Engstrand will sit down with all of his assistants and say, okay, this is something that he prefers in these situations. Let's get more of these types of plays into the playbook and onto the call sheet so we can go to things he's comfortable with early on until we get him comfortable with what we want to do. So I like it. I like it. I think it's a nice step. It doesn't seem like much on the surface, but when you dig deeper, which I always love to do, and look at the purpose of it, it makes a lot of sense. We're at 48 likes, ladies and gentlemen. 2 more, and we share the call-in link. Now, with Armand Membou being the first draft pick of this regime, with signing Cowart, signing Nadi, bringing in Tufele, and now trading for Phillips and trading for Briggs, the New York Jets' identity has never been more clear. This is a team that wants to beat the shit out of you in the trenches. This is a team that wants to line up and be the bully on the block. This is something we haven't done well since, I don't know, the last time we made the playoffs. You win the trenches, you can win the game. Ask Joe Burrow how important it would have been to have a good offensive line. If he could have held that ball to Chase for a half a second more, he'd have a Super Bowl ring. How many teams get their ass kicked at the line of scrimmage? Quality teams. But the game is all about individual matchups. Those matchups dictate the game. Whether it's a D end against a tackle, whether it's a wide receiver against a corner, whether it's the middle linebacker against a quarterback. The chess match that is NFL football. That is the National Football League. Forgive me. Dixon already arguing. The Bengals need a defense. Fuck the O-line. They had a Super Bowl where they lost 23-20, a Super Bowl that I won several $100s because I predicted the final score. I had a dream 2 days before that Super Bowl. And in the dream, someone said, hey, asshole, the final score is going to be 23-20. They didn't tell me which way. So I bet it both ways, and I hit the final score. But if they had an offensive line, Joe Burrow would have hit that deep pass to Chase. He had to get rid of it too quick, and he slightly overthrew him. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. I appreciate all of you for being here. The call-in link is dropped. Let's see what you guys have to say about the Jets. We're going to do Jets calls here. My promise to you, as we move closer to the season, is to try to be 100% Jets content. Of course, we'll make little jokes here and there, but we will get right back on the rails immediately. Dixon asks, have you had any dreams about the Jets and what were the outcome? I usually wake up in a cold sweat, a panic, curled up in a fetal position, shivering. But, someday they'll get good. Someday the Jets' dreams will get good, my friend. Maybe the dreams come reality. Good morning.
Whoa, you pop up like a pop-up video? How you doing there, Nicky? I think we're gonna be just fine. Those two good trades we got.
Are they bigger than you?
Hey, no, not at all. It was nice. It was bigger than the blackjack table. It was a little bit bigger. Except the dealer, that's you. You want to throw out them cards? Pick your shot. All right. I think we're gonna be just fine. All we just gotta do,
I like it.
relax, stay calm. Up here, pay attention, learn, listen, get everything under control, and then play smart football. Don't play dumb football. Play smart football.
Very good call by Beast. He's right. And I think he's talking directly to Michael Clemens there. Very good points. Yeah, Alan, I think every Jet fan hopes Fields can be good. But at the same time, I think all of us know a quarterback is on the horizon. The Jets did the right thing. For years, I've always said, since 97, 98, when you look at Peyton Manning came into a finished product on the Colts. He had Harrison. He had two tight ends in Ken Dilger and Marcus Pollard. He had Marshall Faulk. He came in as like the final piece to that puzzle. And then you saw in year 2, they went from 3-13 to 13-3. It clicked. When you bring a quarterback in, bring him in a situation to succeed. Bring the quarterback in as the last piece of the puzzle. The Jets didn't do that with Sam Darnold. They had no pieces. None. None of those pieces were sustainable NFL starters. See Sam get to an offense with quality players all around him and an elite offensive-minded coach, and you see what Sam could do last year. But you have the offensive line set. Sure, you might need to replace a guard next year. But for the most part, your offensive line is set for the foreseeable future. You got Garrett Wilson under contract. You got multiple backs in this backfield under contract for years to come. You just drafted your tight end. Yes, we need to add a weapon or two. Absolutely. But you can do that. But I think every Jet fan, as much as we're looking forward to this season and Aaron Glenn, I think we all believe a quarterback is on the horizon for us. How high we get in that draft? Do we trade up future picks? That'll all be determined in months ahead. The atomic clock. Allen is going to be in shambles when Tampa has no injuries in week 3. Good. When you beat a team, I want to beat them at their best. That's me. That's me as a coach. I don't want to beat your backups. I know what people say. There's only 17 games. Take a win any way you can get it. Sure. But the coach in me, I want to know what we really are. I don't want easy street. That's how I am in real life. I work for all my accomplishments now. I don't want any handouts. I don't want nothing given to me. I want to earn everything. And that's how I want my football team. Eli saying to Mecca Abuka, yeah, I drafted him in my dynasty league. I had the 4th overall pick. No, I had the 7th pick in that league this year, and I took him. The guy behind me was a Tampa fan. He's like, I never saw you taking him. I was like, Baker Mayfield was like leading the league in touchdowns the last 2 years. Of course I'm going to take a guy in a passing hack that they're throwing 40-something touchdown passes a year. Alan said, excited to see Sellers live in November. Nice. Where are you going for that game? And who are they playing? Yeah. Irving is a stud. Mackle, why do preseason injury updates lack so much detail? Well, the reason we get so much detail in season is because of gambling. Even though sports gambling is new, the injury report was put together for bookies so they know how to set the lines. That's what that's all about. They make it look like it's like a competitive edge or, full disclosure. But the injury report came about for gambling purposes. So there's not much in a preseason game, so you don't get the full details. You don't have to. The league doesn't mandate it. You just designate the player. Is he physically unable to perform? You don't have to set that designation of probable, questionable, doubtful, or out. Pretty much, right? He's got an ankle. We'll see him back in a couple weeks. Gibson, shoulder. Quinnen Williams with the calf. We're gonna get him right. You don't have to give the full detail because there's no game designation that has to be applied to the player. Wednesday, I believe, is the day the injury reports are due for the week ahead. South Carolina at Texas A&M. Nice. I got the text message this morning, approval for October 27th, a Monday, being off. So as of now, myself, my son, and Jaden D'Angelo, we're going to pick him up somewhere in central Pennsylvania because he lives out in like western New York, like straight below Buffalo. So we're going to pick up Jaden on our way out. We're going to Cincinnati for the game, October 26th. If anyone is going to be at the Cincinnati game, I know Cincy Matt hit me up, gave me some info on places to go and where to eat. We're going to connect with him when we're out there. Trying to convince ISU to do it. I know he's going to Tampa, but hopefully Mrs. ISU gives him the blessing. I know that's in the middle of softball season, but if any of you Jets fans are going to Cincinnati, we'll be out there. Yeah, Sauce, a little friendly fire on a play yesterday, got up limping. Also, Simpson came out of the game or came out of practice, but he did return. So, when you get to the regular season is where you see more detail, right? As soon as the coach gets to the microphone before he takes any questions, Quinnen's got a calf, Gibson has a shoulder. We're going to look into those more. Look at MRI. We'll get it checked out. We'll have more info for you later in the week. They'll sometimes say, with Aaron Rodgers, it's not good. They'll say flat out, it's not good. You see the players get carted off the field. We all know what it is now. But that's basically how they do it. But ladies and gentlemen, call lines are open. Curious to see what you guys think of this team with look at that. I was about to say it as this popped in. With 17 days to go. Training camp completed yesterday. The Jets are done with training camp. Cut downs are after, I think it's Wednesday. And then you get ones versus ones every day. You mix in some of your backups here and there. But this is where now you just take off. This is where you put pedal to the metal and you get this team ready for the Steelers and beyond. The Steelers are a well-coached team. They don't change their scheme ever. Their players know what's required of them. It's a challenge. However, they do have an older quarterback who's not very mobile anymore, who likes to get rid of the ball quickly and likes to deviate from the play calls as called. So I think our defense especially if we're stopping the run and we can get into 3rd and 8s. I think we could feast on that offense. I think 38.5 is the over-under. I would bet the under. Teams are usually sloppy in week 1. I think this might be like a 13-9, like just field goal game. Whoever gets that one touchdown, hopefully us, is going to come out on top. Can we someone screenshot that, keep that? Because when Burrow throws for 223 and they lose, I want to revisit that. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the good friends of this channel, I will be joining them tomorrow night on Jets Worldwide from 6 to 7 before the Jets-Philly game. So check us out there. Johnny boy, what's up, boy?
Hey, what's going on, Nick? Hey, big fan of the show, man. First time caller.
Oh,
Thank you
nice.
for,
Welcome.
letting me
Sorry
call.
for the wrong introduction. Forgive me. Let's do it again. Ladies and gentlemen, a guy I don't recognize, I will definitely keep my finger on the remove button in case he tries to do things inappropriate and gets the show canceled. He does look like some sort of predator. Hey, welcome.
Hey, Nick Shine, thank you. Hey, Nick, so I wanted to been listening, man. So it's been awesome to hear what's going on and what's your takes on everything in regards with the Jets right now. I wanted to ask you so I saw that they already cut Mathis, and I'm pretty saddened by that, right? But not really. I mean, I think it's what's in the best interest for the team itself, and they're not playing around. But what other surprise cuts do you believe are coming? One that I wanted to really ask you was, do you really think that there was talks of maybe of LT3? Would that be a huge surprise of a cut? Even though
It would be disappointing. I don't think it would be a surprise. I think it would be disappointing. But if Coward starts on the pup, LT3's got to make it, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, in my opinion, he's got to make it. Now, I'm not going to be sad, but I think Ruckert's gone. I don't think Ruckert's done enough. It's year 4. You have no resume. You've done nothing. Like, what are we going to do? Keep another Kenny Yeboah that does nothing? I don't think this regime is going to do fluff and bullshit. And they're not going to, maybe it's year 4. Oh, he's from Long Island. Oh, he's a Jet. Fuck that. Fuck feelings. Can you play? Yeah. Can you help us? If not, you're gone. I think Ruckert's gone.
What about?
I think you're going to see them try to get another tight end. And like I said previously, Beck is going to be a tight end in some formations, you know, because of his ability to block. I want Beck lining up next to Membu, you know, starting off in the backfield, motion to that tight end to help on TJ Watt time and time again. That would be how I attack that offense. Or attack that defense, forgive me. What
about like the guys that are on the bubble to potentially make it maybe in special teams? So one of the names that I don't think he's going to make it. I think they might cut him because I think he's only wants to be a return artist, and that's it. Is whatever Nwangu, whatever his name is, over a player like an Edwards who is willing to do anything and everything to be able to get on the team. But on that part of it, who do you think will get cut? Wide receiver room, et cetera, et cetera.
Well, I think Ruckert and Beck's positional flexibility allow you to keep another guy, right? I think we all think he named Nwangu. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Nwangu. I think he's going to make it as a returner.
Okay.
I have a hard time looking at these wide receivers and finding a spot for Gibson.
Agreed.
I'd rather Arian Smith. Arian Smith is a better Gibson, right? I'd rather take Garrett, Reynolds, both Smiths, Johnson, and then you pup Lazard to start. There's your 6 wide receivers. You cut Ruckert, you keep Beck as your second tight end / fullback, and then you go find a blocking tight end out there who just is a blocker. You know, you got Mason Taylor, and then you keep Smart. There's your tight end room. But now with Beck being that positional flexibility, you can keep a guy just as a returner. Many teams do it, and then still keep Edwards. So I would like it. I like the kid. I'm not a Michigan guy, so I have no allegiance with that. I just see a guy who can run the ball, and I see a guy who could eventually develop into a beautiful 1-2 punch with Braylon Allen with speed and power. And if you want to have that smash mouth offense, why let Donovan Edwards go?
Great. All right, brother. Well, I appreciate you, man. Hey, really look forward to having you on the show tomorrow. It's been a long time coming. It's just that, schedules haven't aligned and everything. But
yeah,
hey, if you guys have not smashed the like or the sub button for my guy Nick Shine, what are you guys doing? Get at him. He's pumping out content left and right now. So
thank you, buddy.
Hey, appreciate you, man. Keep doing your thing, dude. I'll see you later.
Yeah, we'll talk. Be good. Ladies and gentlemen, great Johnny boy. Like he said, if you are not already subscribed, what are you doing? Hit the like button. And also, Jets Worldwide. I will be on there with them tomorrow night, making my debut on their channel. Well, no, I was on a Sunday show, but this will be my first time on the Friday night show with them. I'm going to drop that link right now. If you haven't already, click that link that I just dropped. Indy Jets asking a question. Good one. Rick Kent with a good response. Yeah, he marched in a parade, and I think the parade is still going. He never turned around and came back. I don't know. Brian Davis, Edwards on practice squad unless Davis is on short-term IR. Yeah, if we can, I think you risk the chance of him getting plucked. Obviously, any practice squad player, but if we could find a way to keep the kid, I like it. I really, really like him. I do. But I'm a team guy first, so I don't wear jerseys. I'm a team guy. If Glenn and Muji think that they can let him go, I'll support it because I support them. Listen, I don't care if I'm right. I don't tie allegiances to players. I want the Jets to put the best roster together. I don't have any. That's why I don't do projecting the roster. I don't care what I think. I'll do a roster review when the Jets reveal it, of course. But I have zero interest in wanting to project them. I just want to support them. Bat. Thank you, Addy. Weenie, how do you make plans on the night of a Jet game? What are we doing, love? JT with a question. Do you think there's a world where we short our wide receiver room to keep an extra running back? No, I think the tight end room. I think that's where you do it. I think the offensive line room with 9, because Myers can go to center, Tittman can go to guard, AVT can go to tackle. I think AVT is tackle 3. Hasn't been said. That's just my hunch. I've been saying this for weeks now. You're putting Myers in as your 6th man. If Simpson goes down, Tittman moves over, Myers is center. If Membu goes down, I believe AVT goes out, Tittman goes to guard, Myers goes to center. So I think 9 offensive linemen, and I think you can keep, if you keep 2 tight ends with Taylor and Smart, you have Beck as your 3rd. You can keep another running back. If you go 5 wide receivers for now with Lazard on the pup, you can keep another player. If you go 2 quarterbacks with just Taylor and Fields, that opens up another spot too. So there's there's plenty of ways to do these roster, gymnastics to make everybody fit. We want to run the ball. I think more running backs is more gooder. Shout out to Opie and Anthony for that. I know it's not proper English. It's just a saying from their show, ladies and gentlemen. You don't have to type and correct me. I know it's wrong. Have a good day, Leanie. Thanks for stopping by. I think it's more common to keep more running backs when you lack depth. We have all the depth in the first three guys. We do. But if there's an injury or a trade, what's your plan? ISU. Sorry it took me a minute, but I provided you with the request from earlier in the show in Discord. Thanks for the inspiration. I'm looking. Hold on. Nice. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, earlier on, I did a face. Let's get that up there. Nicholas Zoolander. There we go. Shout out to ISU for making that work. The face is perfect. I mean, I look like a male model. What is this, a school for ants? Ladies and gentlemen, Indy Jets. What's up, bro?
Hey, good morning, Nick. Quick
morning.
question
How are
here.
you?
Good, fantastic, actually. Quick question here. When we do our 53-man cut, do we get to load our practice squad up, or does everybody have to pass through waivers before they go move to the practice squad? Do you know?
I forget. I'll be honest with you. I forget it. I think basically everyone gets waived and teams have the option to pick players up. But if they pick a player up in that period, they have to put them on their 53-man roster. They can't pick up a player and put them from a practice squad to a practice squad. If you claim a player, they have to be on your 53-man.
But right now we don't have a practice squad, so that's how do we load our practice squad? I mean, it's not a huge question, but you know, we cut her down to 53. Then we have 15, 16 players, right, that we can put on a practice squad.
Yeah, Rick Kent saying to it, they do pass through waivers first. So basically, everyone becomes a free agent or can be claimed right through the waiver process, and then you sign them to your practice squad. So they might be able to.
I didn't know how that
lose
worked.
some players.
Yeah,
that's the risk you take.
Yeah, that was my only question. You know, I love that question or that statement that AG made. He says, you know, I'm here to coach the shit out of you. I don't care if you like me or not. You know, basically that's the kind of attitude that we've wanted for a long time. Don't really care. Sashi may be the best, but you can still improve. Everybody can improve.
Yeah. And that's what they've been about, right? From day one. We're gonna coach you up.
Yeah. So other than that, I just wasn't sure how the practice squad was formed, you know, the first time at the beginning of the year.
Okay. Alan's saying the cut down is August 26th. On the 27th at noon, we will find out who we put a claim on after that practice squad begins.
Oh, okay. Awesome. I appreciate it, Nick. Keep up the great work.
Thank you, buddy.
Make sure you hit the damn like button, people. He needs it.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, buddy. Have a good day. Again, thank you, ISU. Well done. One of the better movies. One of the movies I've enjoyed most. During COVID, I saw that they did a second Zoolander, and stop. I'm tired of all these remakes. Like Happy Gilmore 2, I hated. I hated it. And I hated it because, number one, there's no reason that had to be a 2-hour movie. Secondly, if you just wanted to pay homage to the first movie, you should have just told us watch the first movie. It was horrible to sit through. Yes, it's a comedy, so there's going to be some funny things, but I felt like I saw the movie already, and you just redid the first movie. You didn't do a new one. You know, I felt like I was at a recycling bin for 2 hours watching all the old jokes get recycled. But that's just me. And I'm a big fan of Adam Sandler, but you know, ISU said to me yesterday, you know, he does that, you know, to get his friends work and all that. I get that. But folks, call lines are open. Yeah. No, it's going to be Big Granddaddy at this point. It'll be Big Granddaddy instead of not Tommy Boy. That's not them. My fault. I was going to make Tommy Boy Tommy Man. But yeah, Ben Stiller is redoing Meet the Parents or Meet the Fockers, whatever it is. He's doing a fourth one of that. Yeah, true. I can relate to that. Ladies and gentlemen, he has never gone to sleep. He's in Vegas. He's on an all-nighter, and he's up so much at blackjack, he's super chatted that Nick Shine will pick up Big Cho. He's a good guy. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Jake Asman, obviously partying too much. He's delusional. We've settled things with Cho on your air. Cho has accepted that I cannot do it. I have announced that I will not do it. I remember Jake got mad at me one time, and because I made a super chat or a dig at somebody from a certain town who's 69 of you watching right now. Shout out to you guys. That number always seems to pop up on the show. And Jake said, Nick Shine, someone who cannot let something go. Jake, we have so much in common. Hope you're having fun out there, man. And looking forward to your show after this. Thank you for the super chat. As they say, you're a nice guy. If you're watching and you haven't heard yet, we do have raffles going on. We have a Darrell Revis. Any $5 super chat and above gets you in. Any gifted memberships, and we don't have any gifted memberships yet this show, gets you in. It's a full-size authentic helmet. We're giving this away Sunday night, August 31st, when I'm joined with Dylan Terman. And we have a raffle jersey going off for the week. The raffle jersey, the jersey raffle, goes off Sunday night during Shine Time around 9:45 p.m. So if you've gifted throughout the week, any super chats, any gifted memberships, make sure you watch Sunday night. You want to be here to see if you won. And you should be watching anyway. That's the marquee show, ladies and gentlemen. William says, if I could afford it, I would go see that Jets Steelers game. But I got people asking me left and right. I have zero interest in going and being around Steelers fans. I've never been a fan. I don't like them. I don't have the patience to deal with them. Take your terrible towel and your terrible team and your terrible looking women and go home. All right, ladies and gentlemen. And Addison, we got to get a better picture of me for this AI, man. I don't know why it always makes me look 100 years old. But ladies and gentlemen, Addison has also decided to put me on the runway. It's a nice shirt. I actually have that shirt. Nice. Well done. Well done. Zoolander too. There we go. Thanks, buddy. Addison, can we get a Darren Muji cooking or a Quinnen Williams? Yeah, Yeti. I made the face earlier. You're gonna wear those pants to Tampa. I'm iffy for Tampa. It's gonna be last minute if I make Tampa. As of right now, I'm locked in now to drive out to Cincinnati for that game, and I really want to hit New Orleans at the end of the year. I told Nikki that might be part of like his Christmas present. But yeah, Tampa, I'm on the fence right now. I want to make it happen, but Nick's birthday's that week. It's the 17th. That game's the 21st. Me and his mom are getting him a car because he turned 17. So all of my pennies are very, very tight right now. Yeah, Blue Steel was the one that he got famous on, but Magnum is the one that he releases at the end of the movie, of the first one. Yeah, Alan, I'm hoping to get down there. I've never been. I don't drink anymore, so places like Vegas and New Orleans that I avoided when I was a heavy drinker, just for safety purposes. Now I think I can go to. I know I can go to and be all right. One look. I know, Alan. Cincy Matt hit me up on this the other day. I don't do chili. I just don't do chili at all. And I learned from Pittsburgh when I had mashed potatoes that had shrimp in it. It almost ruined the entire weekend. So I'm going to eat boring. I'm actually, right now, it's 10:41. We're at 33 hours of fasting. Haven't eaten in 33 hours. So I'm doing a fast. Already lost 3.5 pounds in 33 hours. So hopefully down a few more. So I'm trying. The last time I did a fast in May, I did 67 hours. I'm going to try to hit. I think I'm going to try to hit like 84, 86. 86 would bring me to Saturday afternoon. I think I'm going to try to go to Saturday afternoon. But coffee it is. Folks, if the call lines are open, if anyone wants to get in. If not, we're going to start to wrap this baby up. We're trying to get to a new level with gifted memberships. If anybody gifts 5, I will gift 5 also. Little incentive there. Let's help this channel grow. Gifted memberships are a great way to do that because you see it so many times where you get gifted. You might not be watching the show, but you get an email and they're like, oh shit, I just got gifted. And people pop in. So it helps viewership. It helps spreads the word about the channel. It's basically like a recruitment tool too. So it's very appreciated when you guys do that. Boomtown is driving, but he has a few for me. All right. Perfect. How long until you're done driving, Boom? And if you get to a red light and you get to a safe spot, you can message them to me in Discord, and I'll read them. If you're not able to put it in the actual live chat. Obviously, safety first, my friend. I know you Canadians are all about safety at all times. Alan, save a spot for me in the first week of September for a call-in. The first week is in before the Steelers game or after? Beast, are you looking forward to Alan calling back in?
Alan ain't even real. He's a donkey.
I guess not. I guess not. Alan, what if we did a talk show with you and Beast? All right, Boom. I'm sorry I was worried about you, my friend. It'll never happen again. Get those super chats in. Nick needs food. No, it's the other way. Get them in because Nikki needs a car. Nikki needs a car, so I can't afford food for the next couple of weeks. Got to get the boy a car, man. Before the Steelers game, you got it. You got it, Alan. I'm sure everyone's looking forward to your grand return. Oh. I hit something there. What was that? Who wins in a fight, you or Alan? Alan, we don't care about your love life and what it takes. It's a layup. I had to take that one. But ladies and gentlemen, I thank all of you for watching. What we do here at the end of the show, we put a pretty little bow on the day. What did we learn? This is where you have a chance to shine even more in the chat than you already do. Maybe it was something I said. Maybe it was something someone else said in the chat. Maybe it was something you learned during the show. Drop down, what did you learn today? And then we will do what we always do. We will kick it up to Canada, to the great Boomtown, to find out what did he learn. Oh, I changed my opinion. Alan likes the under. Everybody hammer the over. It'll be a 40-37 shootout between Fields and Rodgers. Take the opposite of what Alan says.
Swallows turds.
Give me a prediction for score first week against the Steelers.
Get ready for this one.
Wait, give me a score prediction.
28-3.
28-3? I like it. Also,
Game over.
All right. Very good. Right. Oh, also, I'm running a survivor pool. It's $20 an entry. You can email me if you want in. If you're not in Discord, I'll drop my email right now. If you want in a survivor pool, $20 an entry. That's my email right there. Also, if you want to get in, this is the information for the tailgate for me and Jake for the Carolina game. Screenshot this. My Venmo, Cash App, and PayPal are on there. You can send me the $20 on there, and I will reply to you with the link in your payment. So you can get on there. And also, if you're going to the tailgate, there's all the information that you need. Let's get you down. Back to you. All right, here we go, folks. Nathan, I learned that Muji is more proactive than Douglas. ISU. I learned Nick is scared of Pirates and is probably skipping the trip to the den of the Buccaneers. I guess Rick Kent and I will have to go to that dub. To go get that dub. Forgive me. Stack. I learned we got some new subs today. Even Andrew C., a.k.a. The Dream, was in the chat. Yes, hopefully as a propane tank driver, safety first, and he was pulled over safely. But, ladies and gentlemen, if we have no more, it is that time. Hit the Canadian flag. If you are a channel member, summons the great Boomtown. This is his opportunity to pull over. Oh, we gotta get the Dream a channel membership, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Boomtown, if you would, please drop it like it's hot. What breakfast cereal are you having?
Captain Crunch Berries. I just nailed it on the spot.
Oh, there's a comment. All right.
Good stuff.
Nice. Also, there's Mia Zoolander. Boomtown, I learned Aaron Muji, power couple. Tufele is nice. A sip of coffee helps Nick clear his fired up mind. Kelly and Nick's vanity score is a perfect 10 out of 10. Bonus, didn't predict Beast as the first caller immediately after saying only real football talk going forward. I did ask him a football question, though. Leanie needs to work harder on her scheduling. More running backs is more gooder. Double bonus, there is Relentless, and then there is Jake Asman Relentless. And Yeti says, my berries look crunched in these pants. I would never put a pair of pants like that on. But ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for watching. If you haven't already, hit the like button. Last I saw, it's refreshing now. We're at 79 likes. Thank you, everyone. Let's see if we can get to 100. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so. We're trying to get to 7. We need 47 more subs in 17 days. So, and we did not hit the threshold to have a night show tonight. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you guys tomorrow night. I'll be on Jets Worldwide from 6 to about 6:45, and then we'll start here at 7 o'clock. I will work today on getting some guests lined up to pop in throughout the show, especially since Dylan won't get me. I'll see if I can lock some people in for a quarter, and we'll talk Jets. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. To the Discord members, I'll see you shortly. Sign up, become a member of the channel, and get into the infamous Nick Shine Show Discord and the world-renowned DP. Everyone loves a DP. No Johnny. Have a good day. God bless. Be great.
Gentry covered in football.
Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show. Dim the lights, but it's still bright as Nick time. Day or night, this is his promise, Nick Shine. Proud fan, well defined to get in line. Toe to toe with any show, he only got 9. The best show on YouTube, bro, is easy. We talk Jets all day, please believe me. Subscribe, you just gotta click a family. We not a click in 3D. You can see a beautiful DP. We see through the fake teams and the tea leaves. So we pray for a coach and a QB and hope that we close to the top in the new league. A toast to the host with the most, Nicky. Who, me? Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick